Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you stopping by. Be just a sec here while I get a couple things in order. We are starting Invictus launch week, which is awesome, awesome. Welcome, Spearhead. Good to see you, buddy. Let me just get some of my monitor stuff up here. We're starting a little late. We had to drop the we had to drop the young one off for a trip he's taken with his school brethrens. He got off safely to the airport. He was a little nervous. First time traveling away from home and definitely flying on a plane without his folks and all that stuff, but I think he's looking forward to it. Not a vacation for me though, because we still got the little one at home. Anyway, why don't we hop in real quick and Invictus launch week went live today. We'll just take a little bit of time and look at the website really quick. So we'll start with the Invictus side of things. For those of you that missed the news, the Idris launched, which is a big capital ship. Much like the Polaris, a tad bigger, larger crew, big pilot-controlled laser weapon if you have the K kit available on the front. Lot of mixed feelings for people on this one. Some folks don't feel that the verse was ready for this yet. Those folks that pledged for it 10 years ago, I think, would disagree. And I disagree too. It shows progress. A lot of people's initial gut knee-jerk reaction is maybe it's a money grab. No, I think it's about time. The Polaris came, the Idris should come. We should start to see these other backlog of capital ships that were promised years ago come to the surface. I think it's great. I don't think it's 100% ready. I was arguing with somebody about that, and I'd have to say I agree. There are gameplay features that just aren't in place to make this truly the experience you would want it to be, right? It's a multi-crew ship, and once again, you're able to pilot this thing solo, right? That's not cool. I don't like that it's a soloable ship. But I also, at the same time, do not want to put a requirement on people who own it to not be able to drive it someplace. I think that should be totally possible. I just think there are other aspects that should really, really set it off. That being said, it is a capital ship, so having PDCs, having huge armor, having huge HP, huge shields, it's okay. Folks, this is where the verse is going to go eventually. We're going to see these all over the place. You'll have to deal with them or avoid them. In the meantime, it's almost a boon that people will drive it around solo because they're not much of a threat with it, right? It's slow. You have to keep that beam weapon on something to kill it. If you are in most ships in the verse, you will be able to maneuver away from the front of this ship and avoid getting hit by the pilot operating that laser. So rest assured, they're not just going to gun through everything in the verse. That being said, there are some issues. If you're sitting on the ground, yeah, they'll rip your ship up with it. All kinds of shenanigans are sure to happen. But I think eventually VTOL is going to be something that is absolutely required on a beast like this to stay afloat in the air. And I think afloat is a loose term that I'm using, right? Yeah, and Spearhead says something that's very true. A flyable ship like this was unimaginable a few years ago. Folks, if you've had a chance to tune in and watch anybody else this morning trying out the Idris as it's been spawnable in their hangars, it's been really cool. I have to tell you, a few groups have went out and done the Hunt the Polaris mission with it already. Two things to say about that. First off, the Hunt the Polaris mission, that Polaris is not a pushover. The Idris doesn't just rock in there, shoot the beam weapon, and it's done. They have to stay on it, keep the beam weapon firing. Other things are happening. The Idris isn't in any real danger in that encounter, as far as I can see. But the point is you can't just knock the Polaris over. So if a coordinated fleet had a couple of Polaris focusing on the Idris, while fighters were focusing on other things, you can start to see how fleet battles can become interesting. And this is only with two big-ass capital ships. And now we do have other capitals that are classified as capital. The Hammerhead is the one that comes to mind. The ship needs to be retuned. Turrets need to be amped up. Being the anti-fighter support it's supposed to be is going to be a big thing, right? I'll take that Polaris without a stern glance. Take... That's it is awesome. I watched some folks do it this morning. I took a few shots, which is impressive to me. I'm happy to see that it doesn't just lay down, right? Anyway, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's a wonderful thing it's in the verse. I wish engineering was here already. I wish multi-crew gameplay was more fully featured to make it feel like I have this $1,500 behemoth, but it's only really awesome when I have 5 friends with me. I wish that was something that was reinforced. I wish that was reinforced with the Polaris, to be honest. I think it'll come. I hope it'll come. But in the meantime, it's here, and it is really cool. If you haven't seen it, find somebody, check it out. I wish I had one to show you. There was a weird part of the inside of me that was like, melt your ships, give it a try. I just couldn't do it. I'd literally be left with nothing. I could have pulled it off, but I would literally have... If that had happened, I'd have the Idris. I'd have nothing to park in it. Probably nobody would want to play with me. I'll make a good Scotty from Star Trek. I've given her all she's got, Captain. And screw that, man. I'm flying this shit. I'm Sulu all the way. Oh, my. Anyway, so we're going to take a quick look at the website here. Nothing unexpected. We're showing that Aegis is first up in the house, and I believe Greycat as well. Yeah. So you see the offerings. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Really, I just kind of wanted to see what was in the store. Of course, we've got all of the Aegis lineup available. Avengers, Eclipse, Gladius, Hammerhead. That is not available, but there are additional waves coming. So, folks, if you have money to burn, you still have a chance. Once again, the store credit ones will come and go super fast, like 3 seconds gone. The War Bond ones, new money, take a little bit longer, but by the time I got everything refreshed and the pages to show this morning, they were sold out. In addition, if you're curious, the Javelin is selling in waves as well. If you were to get a Javelin right now, you would get the Idris P as a loaner, just an FYI. There are some other options out there too. If you have thousands of dollars to spend, you can secure an Idris still. But you've got to have some bucks for that, right? Anyway, Sabers, the Vanguard series. I saw the Retaliator in there, Redeemer, all that good stuff. They've got some cool skins for the Vanguards available. These Flightblade kits, I haven't seen them pop up yet, so I'll take a look at one of those and what it says about it. They are selling a few other kits, some surprises. They are selling a bomber rack modification that fits on quite a few ships. Allows you to put a bomb rack on the bottom that allows you to carry a certain number of certain size bombs. Didn't know that was coming. That was actually a surprise to me. What does it say about the flight blades here? Interesting that there's a PHB and TSB for the Stalker and Titan and Warlock separately. Wonder what that's all about. Why does each one? I guess they do have different configurations, so it makes sense that they'd be tuned for each other. See, you said I would make a good Scotty. I don't even know what the hell's going on with this engineering, right? These patch bundles I thought were kind of cool. I like the DCP armor that's in here. I do not care for the pattern on the two of them, the True Valor and the New Dawn. That might be your cup of tea, and if it absolutely is, you feel like being Tony the Tiger in the verse with this outfit. Oh, it's not popping it for me. There we go. If you feel like being Tony the Tiger in the universe, that's great. You go right ahead. I wouldn't, believe it or not, I wouldn't mind it if it was all orange and black. I don't know what this fade to blue is all about. There will be some people that absolutely dig that, and if that's your cup of tea, I respect it. The True Valor wasn't bad. It's just, again, it's like this two-tone thing that starts out yellow and goes to these weird zebra stripes. Not sure about that. Now, this one I actually like. This Claude Steel one looks pretty cool. Hell no. Yeah, well, these do look like jets, and that guy could be Benny, so, I mean, take that for what you will. This Claude Steel one, I think it's pretty cool. I don't hate this one. At least because it's very much the samey. I think they missed the mark. Like, the only way to get these is in this pack currently, and I don't have a Vanguard purchased in-game or own one in my fleet. Not for any particular reason. I was an F8 guy. These are great heavy fighters, and they're the three of them. The variants are like really adjustable in different ways, so they're cool to have if you have one. Those are cool skins for them. I do like the skins for the ships in all three of them, actually. What I do like is this is bundled again with the new SMG. That'll save you a trip to Hawthorne, and they know it. I mean, I don't care. I'll probably do this so I can test out the SMG, and then I'll buy one in game that I can slap that skin on, and we get a set of armor as an extra. I always like a fancy set of armor, especially nowadays that you can't lose it too easily. This was the pack that I mentioned for folks that are like, oh no, I missed the sale. Hey, it's not a big deal. Instead of $2,000 for the Idris, just shell out 12 grand. You get all the Aegis ships, and that includes the Idris and the Javelin. CIG, if you have any sales attributed to what I just said, I expect a cut. I told my wife that this morning. The response was nothing. Not a thing. She didn't say anything. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, you're not the first person to say it, Jim. The only thing, the skins are pricey. Yeah. The only thing I have to say, if you're talking about like the Idris specifically, and we've been waiting so long. Like, every time it sells, this is nothing new. The money went up. It is in game now. We knew that would happen. That's always supposed to have happened. Anytime something goes into the game, you're definitely going to pay more for it than if you had pledged the concept. But I don't know that the Idris is necessarily an emergency cash grab. Some of this other stuff makes it feel that way, but people would have bought it anyway. If it didn't go live on Invictus, it still would have sold out in the store, like every time. Maybe a little slower, but it would have absolutely sold out. So I don't know. I don't know. The fact that we were told for years that it was going to release after Squadron 42, and now here it is, that's the thing that makes it a little suspect to me. But again, we don't know. We don't know for sure. I'm gonna hope for the best, right? Anyway, for now, this is really all there is to see in the store. I will pop over to the paints really quick just so you can see the Invictus ones that are up. Yeah, the 40. Yeah, but they've been doing that for a while now. I think they saw how well, like, people are afraid of the PvP stuff. We all know that. A lot of people are anyway. I shouldn't say people in such a general way. So there are people that wanted to try the Volt weapon out. But when they sold that Corsair skin, fancy armor with the horns on it, and the Volt, people bought it. I bought it because I liked the fancy thing with the armor, even though the horns glow, I just liked it. And didn't see me doing the Wicklow thing for a while. Plus the Corsair skin is always cool. But the bonus is that I got the Volt rifle without having to step foot in Hawthorne. That's kind of nice for folks, right? The PvE folks a lot of times will claim that they will shell out money for anything. Just give it to me. Well, they did. And I think they're doing that again. They're like, well, here's its fancy colored armor, and we'll throw in the Volt submachine gun. So I don't know desperate, but genius in a way. I think you're probably right. I love the game still too, buddy. And I think you're right. And the wife and I have talks about this all the time. When some things look kind of icky, um, it's easy enough to put yourself in charge. Like, okay, I'm steering this boat. What? People are throwing money at that? I feel like I should shut off the faucet. How can you? I mean, when people are paying for it, leave the faucet on as long as they drink, right? It's terrible, but it's capitalism. I was just gonna pop into pledge store and paints really fast. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm with you too. I wish we had a wider range available. And I think they add more as Invictus goes on, because these are just Aegis ships here. So hopefully we'll have like 4 or 5 ships of every manufacturer with the Invictus paints, because these are some of my favorite. I actually like the blue and gold stuff quite a bit. The only one I actually own, I think, is one for an Aurora and one other ship I forget. And the Aurora just came from a starter pack that we used to grab the LTI token and had to have a starter pack on a specific account. I didn't see a lot in here. There were a couple new ones. I'll just scroll really fast. See if I can see them again. If not, it's no big deal. I want to get into game and go play around with this MTC and walk around inside the TAC and the Asgard. Can't rent them yet, can't purchase them yet, but they are on the showroom floor, so you can pop up inside and take a look around. There's been plenty of videos already on YouTube of that stuff. Yeah, here's a few new ones. The Flashfire for the Hurricane. The Waylay, which again, people are digging stripes in the art and design area for some reason. I'm just not a fan of like regular camo colors in any configuration on a spaceship. I don't mind the digital cam and then colors that are representative. Not that you wouldn't see these like flying around on a planet where that whole scheme might work, I guess. Let's see. There was another new one that I did think was really cool, and I can't even remember what ship it was for. We're almost to the end, though. Yeah, the Flashfire is the one we saw, yeah. That is not new. That was last patch. That is not new. That was last patch. Was it the Stalwart paint, maybe? I don't remember that one for the Spirit. And I feel like there's a new one for the Hull C as well. I think that's the one that stuck out to me, as there was a Hull C paint in here, and you don't get those too often. The MTC paints, very much like the Ursa. Nothing super exciting. I do kind of like the blue one, the gray with the red stripe. I mean, they are what they are. Who knows? I might get in that thing and it may be one of my favorites. You seem to have acquired a VIP High Admiral package, huh? Jim, that's because you spend too much money. There it is. The Dusk paint for the Hull C Horizon. Don't tell the missus. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, that's all right. But what's the difference between that one and the Dusk? They look awfully similar. I hate the way this works. It doesn't scroll you all the way to the top where you can get to the search bar. All right, all right. Man, I haven't started playing the game yet. I feel like I'm loading cargo. My scroll finger's starting to hurt. All right, so you saw the Horizon one. I guess it looks a little shinier, yeah? The Dusk is they're almost identical. There's a horizontal stripe on here and a vertical stripe on here. I guess the colors are different, and the other one is quite a bit shinier. I prefer the other one. There they go again with the stripes. It's Tony the Tiger. Tony the Tiger up in here. Let's see. For new viewers and things, I should take just a moment to hit the event schedule so everybody can get a look. Today we have Aegis and Grey Cat up. So I did notice, since the halls are set up the way they are, you still have the 2 days per manufacturer, but since nothing's rotating in the halls, it's 2 full days with one manufacturer, then 2 full days with another manufacturer, as opposed to an overlap. So we won't see nothing new for 2 days, where normally the way Invictus had rolled, manufacturer would go in for 2 days. So like if they had new stuff, you could get all excited about it. And then the very next day would be something new. Plus these guys would still be in the other hall for a little bit. I don't like that restructure. And the reason is because the one I'm interested in is down here. And that's next week. Literally next week this time. And that could be so much sooner. But I'll live. Also, I want to take a look at this other Guardian. And the tack is still in my head. I just think it's the wrong ship for me. I think gaining those size 5 turrets on the outside is cool. The little hangar's awesome. Yeah, patience. I don't have it, buddy. I'm up on the dark side hard on this one. Let's see. What else do we want to see? I mean, for me, that's the big thing. It's the Anvil is a whole week away. Folks, do you think we have any surprises with the Drake stuff? Something they've kept from us? Because I have not seen any leaks of anything that show like a tangible ship. I know it's not the Ironclad. They had too much work to do on that. And it would be really impressive, if they released the Ironclad and the command module worked and the Caterpillar command module worked and like boom, like they just kept it a secret. What that would do for me is like push my faith like another 5 years, because I'd be thinking in the back of my head then, they're always working on something we don't know about. How cool. I don't know that. Like the Idris, I'm impressed, but the model's been in the game for a long time. These models are not far departure from the original model we saw. I believe the P itself is the exact model, right? With some updates on little panels and things on the inside. Anyway, I'm talking too much. I guess that's what I'm supposed to do, right? So Aegis is up today. On the 17th, RSI comes up along with Origin and Argo. Maybe they are grouping more together on each of those 2-day stints. So, okay, that's kind of like it was organized before. Yeah, the Paladin or Perseus, that would be a great, exciting thing to see. Mirai, Misk, and Consolidated Outland. Oh, my wifey's not here to ban this guy. I ban this guy. Take a hike, buddy. You can watch your own best viewers on Stream Boo. Yeah, ban Hammer. 19th and 20th, Mirai, Misk, and Consolidated Outland, followed by the 21st to 22nd is Crusader, Tumbril, and then finally Anvil, all by themselves, and Drake, all by themselves. Then we have a finale and a Salute the Fleet, and that'll be it for Invictus launch week. Cool stuff. All right, let's hop off in here. What we're going to do is we're going to go head over to the Invictus Hall. Before I took the kiddo to the airport, I did stop in and rented a couple things, but I'm going to go back to Invictus Hall right now, hop in the MX just to feel it out a little bit, hop in the TAC, hop in the Asgard, and then we'll go play around with some of the crap we rented, which is just the MTC. Everything else is stuff you've had. I've never flown. I briefly, like at IAE, I think I rented a Saber and flew it from one place to another. I'm going to pop in a Saber for a little bit and actually like test fly it, go and do a couple missions and fly it around on the surface and stuff. I know they're great. I just don't have the personal experience with them. And then we're probably just going to fall back into regular Star Citizen stuff. I need to go acquire some military components and things. We'll see. We'll see how we do with that. That's what I hear, Jim. I hear it's awesome. I have seen Pooks fly one often, and I know he likes it a lot. And you know what? The tack has me intrigued too. The thing is that I was saying, for the little hangar, I really like the way the inside is laid out. Even a little bit better than the Star Lancer. Like, I like the big open living space in the Max. And the bunks are cool, but totally unneeded. Like, I can still get I can live in here homey vibe for the RP value or whatever, out of something smaller and make better use out of the rest of the space. For me, the best part about the TAC, oh, I did forget the medbed. The best part about the TAC would be, I have no use for a troop drop ship. If those seats were gone and the side panels, inside those side panels was something else, maybe the med beds could have gone in there, and that would have allowed some restructure elsewhere to make that hangar like a bit longer, maybe a little bit wider to accommodate a few more random ships and not just Furies. I think then it would gain a lot of extra appeal for me. But I still think it's cool. I'm sitting on my Max that I don't fly very much, wondering if I would use the TAC more. But then I look at like the Asgard, and that's the kind of thing I would use the TAC for. I would load up ships in the back and just use it as like a daily driver with like all purposes for me. That's true. And Jim, just like I don't go out as often with viewers as I probably should, and sometimes that's because of my own comfort with the game. Like, if I take a group of folks someplace, I want to know the place like really well. But I'm getting more comfortable with some of you all. Like, we don't have a long history, Jim. We'll just hop in game and we've done something before, and that's happening more and more often. So I think you bring up a good point. As a streamer, especially, that's something I can take advantage of. I have folks in here all the time, and it's really easy to hook up with y'all. As a matter of fact, the part of me that considered selling most of my fleet to get an Idris today was like, you know what? If I had an Idris, all I'd have to do is say something during a stream. I'd have 6 people on there in no time. We'd go have some fun. I can't justify that kind of money for a single ship, though. I mean, I can, but I can't. Anyway. Yeah, things can be a little weird with that sort of thing on Twitch. In general, though, I don't try to do anything that's so like sensitive. Like, I wouldn't try to plan a Hawthorne run necessarily. Although I have done CZs plenty of times, especially with my friends over in the Regulators. And a lot of us stayed on stream when we did that. I think CZs, though, is a little easier. It's more condensed. Like, what's the big surprise? There's a group of us running a contested zone here. You either have enough people or better people to take out a group of 6 or 7 of us, or you don't. Whether you found us randomly or found us because I was streaming, it probably wouldn't matter. Where when you're doing fleet ops, that's a different sort of thing. It's much easier to coordinate jacking with somebody. Oh, sorry. Squirrel, I had having an ADHD moment here, and I don't have ADHD. Is the Idris rentable? I haven't seen anybody specifically answer that question. Can I go up there and rent that thing? I doubt it, but maybe. I mean, we were able to rent the Polaris, right?
Area 18's Premier Centre for Business Development.
Do I need to go check?
Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Let's see. Something else I would like an opinion on. The Idris paint with the shark teeth. Cool or not cool? I don't have to put you on the spot either. I'll tell you, and you can diss me if you want. I think it's cool as flippin' hell.
Welcome to Io North Tower, Area 18's Premier Centre for Business Development. Please consult...
Absolutely want a ship with teeth. All right. So what do you guys think about the bomb racks and stuff? The flight blades are, it's cool, but a little meh. They don't really change the characteristics too drastically. I mean, I think it's obvious that it can't rent the Idris unless there's some other way that that's supposed to work. Here, we'll F buy ship. No, it doesn't work that way? Okay. Well, I don't believe it's rentable. At least not that I'm aware of. Unless it's a different hall or something inside. Like, I don't think they have an Idris in the hall. And it wasn't on the Aegis screens either. I think it's very awesome that it released. Yeah, I saw Spooner and Astromani and a few others flying around this morning. And it was quite cool to watch. Not just parked out there, like out in the live flying around when shadows are bouncing off of it and light sources are different and colors are different. It looks really good. It looks a lot better than it does sitting out there. Do 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 do.
Development. Please consult any of our associates for help or rental opportunities.
Open, open, open.
How's it going?
It's going good. Give me Idris. Oh shit, water slide.
Welcome to Io North Tower.
One of the other things I was going to mention today that I think is really impressive is the way performance is in ArcCorp right now, Area 18 specifically. I'm getting an occasional stutter. Nothing like the long... I say that as I turn around. Nothing like the long ones we had before. It actually feels quite good. There are definitely stutters that are here that are not normally here, though. But considering what's going on, I'll take it. Performance in that way has just gotten better and better over the last couple of years. Now, if we can just get to a place where that meshing is dynamic, right? That's going to be the real push. So knowing that when they reallocate servers, that we have such a good playable environment now, having a system that's able to do that dynamically, so that, you know, those three guys in Pyro when Invictus launched this morning, there's a server for them, but everything else is shifted this way so that everyone inside the Invictus halls and stuck around Area 18 like run as smooth as possible because they have the server dedicated to it. These guys are staring at me a little weird. I wonder if... Mute microphone, yes. I don't know if VoIP is working or not, but on the off chance that I'm making these poor bastards listen to my soliloquy on the state of the game, I'll just turn that off.
Step to their new life in the UEE Navy. Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent achievements.
I do think, I was talking about the bomb racks a little while ago. I think they're an important addition to the game. If they're wanting ground combat operations to be a thing, the more vehicles we have that are capable of dropping some sort of bomb, even if it's not like the big old bombs, that's a good thing. If I can strap a few to my Hornet and engage a couple of tanks on the ground, that's cool stuff. It's one of the things people are saying is what kind of gameplay we don't have for that stuff. That's a way of encouraging something new. So before I took the kiddo, I rented the MTC and I grabbed all 3 sabers. Before we go and mill around in there, I'll just go ahead. I want to rent a few other things. I used to have a Sentinel. Again, it was an in-game purchase. That's the one with all the EM stuff, right? What's the other one? Is it the Warden or the Harbinger that is the kick-ass fighter one? The Harbinger's like got torps or bombs or something, right? So it's just the straight-up Warden that's the beefy fighter one, right? I'll grab a Gladius over here.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service.
We drove a Retaliator around recently. No reason to. I don't think I've ever spent much time in the Eclipse either. And I don't know that I'll actually get to it while it's rented, but it saves me from coming back here. We know what the Titans are all about. We don't really need a... Well, we'll grab one just in case. Who knows? Who knows what's happened in the next couple of days.
Invictus Launch Week is a great opportunity to see your taxes.
And I guess we'll grab the Harbinger to answer all my questions.
Your right to inspect the latest acquisitions of the UEE Navy.
We good? We're good. And we did already get the MTC. So this little guy is small, way more compact than an Ursa. I think it's as wide as an Ursa, though. If not, maybe a little wider with the tires footprint. You know, that still sticks out more than they implied. But not much. And it doesn't hit the ground either, which, you know, takes away from some of those cargo problems it has. Is this where the boxes go in? Yeah. So like 2 go in, and then the others, I think, go in. And then it closes behind them. Oh, can you not interact with this crap? That pisses me off. Wow, that is little bitty inside. And I was curious, was there an internal storage as well? That's in the engineering terminal. That's components. I mean, with the boxes on the outside, I guess it makes sense, but I'm surprised there's not like at least a little personal storage locker. Well, folks, not a lot to see here. How does this operate the turret? Is there a drop down or something? Or does somebody just get to operate it when they sit in it? And I don't suppose we can power this up, can we? Nice dashboard, though. That is smexy. Well, I'm able to deploy the guns like that. Can I get out of the seat and they stay deployed? Now let me get in the, now let me get in that little seat and back and see if it gives me access to them. Or at least we can see if they move around. Jesus, it's cramped. Oh, yeah, it's tied to me. So I'm assuming you sit in it, and I don't know what the hell. All right. Well, that makes it kind of hard to see how it works, but I get it. It was deployed. I immediately did have control of the turret when I sat in there. I'm sure it just brings up a HUD when it's all powered up. Now let's pop over and look at our modified Guardian. So is there no interior whatsoever now? No, there is some. It's just not a bed, I don't think. So it's all just component access. Oh, there is personal storage here. And then some wasted space. And then the cockpit. Unfortunate that we won't be able to power this up either. So it's just going to show us the... Just going to show us the shielding deployed like that. Nice. It's a shame that you can't turn it on so you can see how those displays work, but we can kind of see what they look like on the inside. I do much prefer this cockpit to was on the Guardian that I had. Thanks for feeding a Foxy there, buddy. That's pretty cool.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who have brought the ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active servicemen...
Yeah, I wish we could rent this one already. I just want to feel how I like those size 4s as opposed to 2 size 5s. As a concept, I really like the Guardian. It turned out I preferred my F8 more, but I like the bigger guns. All those 2s and 3s on that F8, there are a lot of them, but I think that's going to be a problem when armor comes online. All right, she's really cool looking though. Oh, it did lose the? Yeah, it lost the storage things in the arm. Or did it? We got a locker here, so no, they're just farther back, and we do have a gun rack. Oh, so it didn't lose those. That's good. That's one of the parts I found appealing about it. It was really cool that you could do that. She's beat up already. All right, well, cool. Personal storage outside and a weapons locker outside. There was a weapons locker inside too. All right, I'm gonna look at the TAC now. I'm saving the Asgard for last because that's the one I'm looking forward to. Although I don't think there's much different to see. It's a Valkyrie except bigger in the back. Those are big ol' honkers. Ow! I got punched in the face. That was cool. We got to see the animation. We'll give it a second until he comes back out. We'll watch the retrack animation. That's pretty cool. Be cool if they went back in even further. We'll go up the ramp in the back. There's the missile pods. I don't quite understand how that works. I guess from that camera. They added that, guys. That is not the showroom floor. So the TAC has a footprint outside where the ramp comes down. I wonder if they've added that on the Max or if that's only on the TAC. I've always liked this on the Crusader ships that do that. All right, this is same. Then where the cargo would be, we go right into the med beds. Why that doesn't work in the quarters on the Max is beyond me. What do we got here? Storage right away. Nice. And there's a access on both sides. These are nice looking. So I like the way they did that. This is the part I don't need for me. I guess it is cool though, like Jim was saying, you get a group of people. These things do work though. I've seen videos. That's pretty sexy. Yeah, it is the Tic Tac. I mean, maybe if I wanted to ride people around like we were talking about. I am a streamer. I do run into people. It'd be nice if you could bring multiple people along, but I just don't see me having 10 people on board. I could be wrong. I do love this though. A very well done med bay. I think it's awesome. Sabrina, you just missed. That was not on the showroom floor, love. I believe that's a project. I could be wrong, but that looks like a light projection. just like Crusader does. And if it is, I wonder if they added it to the Star Lancer. The Max, I'm sorry. They're both Star Lancers. I need to be more specific. Sorry, folks. But refrigerator works or storage cabinet works. We've got 2 storage bays here. Awesome. Very, very cool medical assistant terminals. I really like the look of this med bay. It's really nice. Oh. So shut up, you've already heard this part is what you're saying? All right. Now here's some of the parts I'm weirded out about. I think it's cool. First off, let me say, I think it is really, really cool. I think the guy in the video said it's like a shrine to warfare. I agree. This feels like, oh, turret room. So, these turrets right here. Awesome seat, by the way. I love the I love the Disneyland brace. I love this animation. Awesome. Look at that. I love, oh, the display is very cool. I like this very, very much. All right. These are Galderine CF557 repeaters. Laser repeaters, folks. Laser repeaters. Why do we mention this? Because they have an unlimited supply of ammo. They are beam-oriented weapons. So, again, I love the Shrine to Warfare. I think it is really awesome. Here's a tube that feeds ammo. Here's ammo. Now, this feeds this way, and this is stored here. For those of you that are thinking, oh, maybe it goes to this. Maybe. Maybe these canisters are supposed to be for that. Like the canisters sit on that little platform or something. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is it looks like this is feeding this, and that's a laser repeater. So it looks really cool, but something isn't lining up with me logic-wise. So I'm having some issues with it. If anybody knows why it's the way it is and can explain it to me better than what I'm seeing, I'm all ears. It's not a deal breaker for me because I think it looks cool as hell. I just don't quite understand it. Right? So this is samey, of course. Again, samey, suit lockers. God, when are these things gonna work? I feel like they're gonna stealth drop this on us one day, and one of us is just gonna be like, one day you'll be able to put your suits in here like this, and they'll just stick to the wall, and it'll stick, and we'll be like, when did they do that? Make it happen, CIG. That is our access to the outside airlock. By the way, folks, this airlock is not doing what I want it to do. Kruger would be cool. That'd be nice to see. Let's open. Is it not going to let us open it? No, I guess not. But it said open. Ooh, clippy. Issue council. Anyway. Yeah, let's go up. I was going to say, park sideways when you're hunting Copians and you can stand up in the Star Lancer and shoot down at them. I don't expect anything different here. Got our evac stuff. The bridge is indeed the bridge still. Is that panel different? That panel's not in the Max, is it? It's a military ship, so you gotta protect the speaker system. That's what it is. am I missing something? So this is all evac, right? So were those all... Oh, that's still the armory. But it's all suit lockers. Where's our gun storage? Is that in the back, folks? Did I miss it? Or is that... That is all suit lockers. Where's our gun storage? All right, I'll quit freaking out and I'll go back from the top. Because it might be in there someplace. All right, and again, this is all escape potty stuff, right? Yeah. And there was nothing in here. I think it just looks that way on my screen. Let's take a look. No, it feels like the same dash. There's only one real way to know, though. There's only one real way to know. I feel like it's the same dash, but I'd have to get in the Star Lancer to check it out. I still feel like I could pole dance up here, though. I was going to say, did I just crash the game? Because it literally froze there for a sec. I'll have to get in the max to know for sure. Because you said something, it's making me feel like the slit's a little wider, which means it is pushed forward. And I thought there was a larger gap when I crawled up on the dash before, but not necessarily. So we'll have to look. They might have. All right. In search of gun lockers. So this is the living area now in the TAC. And I don't think there's a shared bathroom here. I like the two-tone stuff in the kitchen. Look at that. Well, it already works. I'm happier about that. And this is so much more defined. It's just a stupid RP thing. You still got a nice table here. Oh, there are indeed two bathrooms. I found the weapons locker. Wow. The camera of my character looks like I've been smashed in the face. I got black eyes, no beard. Somebody punched my beard off. All right, so weapons locker. It's not a very big weapons locker. Well, I guess 2 large weapons, 4 regular size, sidearms. It's not that bad. And these are the bunks. The bunks are pretty cool. I don't hate that. It's not as homey as the Max, but it's a better use of this space. You know? I mean, we don't have a pool table, but we can't play pool on the pool table, so It looks cool, but you guys know where I'm going with this, right? All right. So what do we got here? Gravity gen, life support. Oh, duh. We just came through there. Idiot. All right. And so that is where our hangar has went. That is the only weapons locker I have seen so far. We'll take a better look down by the jump seats and in the back. I mean, it's cool as hell. I don't know if people noticed, but that's literally the outline of a Fury. So the videos I saw earlier, 2 Furies, and they're comfortable. Like, it's a tight fit, like you want to be careful as you're parking them. So one in and over slightly, and then the other one in and kind of slip over, and you can get around them, between them. 2 Furies fit nicely. Pisces, no. Archimedes, yes. Razor, no. Wait, M50. Okay, M50 I think fits. Is it the M50 or the X85? One or the other of those 2 fits. A couple of Furies. There's just, and the Archimedes. There's 2 of the longer snub type fighters that fit in here, and then the Furies fit. Pretty much nothing else fits in there. But it's still cool. If a golem fits in here, yeah, don't know. It might sit a little high. It might be able to go in. Diagonal and sit. But Geos, you could park a bunch of you could put like 4 Geos in here. They can leap out through the opening. Miners deploy. And engine room is relatively the same. All right, let's go in search of more weapons lockers. So we know there are no other ones on the top deck we've seen, right? Those are still active elevators, yes? All right, so that comes out at the cargo deck. Turning the flashlight on just to make double sure. I mean, they could have put weapons lockers up in here. No other weapon stuff in there. And
For centuries, Invictus has been a time of friends and family to come together.
no other weapon stuff in here. So I assume the thinking, this is what I'm thinking the thinking is, these guys are troops. They came on board weapons in hand. Although, will they be able to sit in drop seats with backpacks and all of that stuff? Oh, good eye, Spearhead. I glazed right over those. Well, that is pretty cool. That is thoughtful. And you see what else I saw? Under the seat storage in each one. Oh hell, that's actually kind of cool. Part of me doesn't want to like it, but then they keep doing things that I'm like, hey, that's pretty all right. And by the way, I say part of me doesn't want to like it because there's so many other things I want to like, other than the tack. Well, And these turrets, from what I saw, have about this angle. No further. Whereas on the, like on the Carrack, the wings are far enough out that you get one of those side turrets and you can angle towards the nose. This one does not do that. Its angle is something like this. So if it's in front of the ship, you're not hitting it until it reaches out here. Well, you say that, of course, Sabrina, but we know it works just like regular storage lockery things. Oh, and look, those are projections on the ground again, drop zone projections. Can I not vault back onto it? Nope. But that's okay. It's meant to drop, not pick up. Front turrets that are different too? They're not different though. They're the same size, I believe.
Are a common fixture at the Academy and near cases to try and get first-hand accounts of what works and what doesn't in their ships.
All right. Well, she's cool. I do not dislike her. I was just peeking to see if they had the Super Hornet on the other side. They do. So, Asgard. One of the things I really like about the Valkyrie is these side engine modules. They get quite a bit. Yeah, I was just saying that, Moonrat. I agree. For me, I'm not a fan of the personnel drop. I know it's something that you want to have if you're going to do ground stuff, but I'm not a fan of that. For me, I could lose that, put the med bays in there, you know, just move some stuff around a little differently. And like you said, the goal is to get more of a hangar area in there. I guess what I want to see is an equivalent hangar to, like, close to the Carrack without hallways around it, right? I just want the inner part to fit like a Pisces-ish. Oh, did you? Sorry I missed you, buddy. Anyway, I was saying, on the Valkyrie, I love the side engine pods. What I really like about the Asgard aesthetically, I like that the fins in the back are still there, that they move this fin in the middle. I just like these winglet things for some stupid reason. It's just a me thing. It's aesthetics. I think it's cool looking. Because we don't have a million ships in the verse that look like that yet. All right. So, let's get a good look at her. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea, Moonrat. First off, I like the lighting in here much better. Some of it's pouring in from the outside in the area up ahead, but I like the green lighting in here. So that is nice. There's our accessible components and such. Happy to see that. Somebody stole the fuses. Yeah, happy to see accessible components. Now these, can I hop back on? Yep, absolutely. That I like. Storage lockers? Yes or no? They're not lighting up, which concerns me. As long as I find internal storage here someplace. But I can't imagine that these aren't working lockers. A lot of times they take they don't let you access storage on the showroom floor. So we'll have to see when it comes for rent, but I can't imagine that those aren't active lockers. All right, so it's our engineering. We've got a drop seat there. More access to components. Another drop seat. Oh, I forgot they... You know what I'm impressed by? I'm impressed that that's not clipping through armor.
Invictus Launch Week is a
Interesting.
great opportunity to see your taxes at work. As members of the Empire, it's your right to inspect the latest acquisitions of the UEE Navy.
Does that look different? Nope, they look the same. Okay. So there's that. Then we have our good turret. This is the good turret, in my opinion.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
That's your big chin turret. Excuse me. Those are size 4s on the bottom. I think. Oh, I see where the 6 size 3s are. They're underneath those little winglet vents to the left and right of the cockpit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got the size 4 turret on the bottom and a nifty missile rack on top. So is the missile rack remotely controlled from someplace? Or they just... I'm just curious if that has an arc to it too. Okay.
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members
More fuses, more components. All right, let's go upstairs. Cool. All right, got a couple bunks.
The UEE Navy is proud to welcome Aegis Dynamics back
Nice.
to Invictus Launch Week. Though they have created some of the most iconic and decorated naval ships in our history, their past was draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have truly committed themselves to building a brighter future.
Got the head. Food access, espresso.
While fighters like the Hornet and Gladius have become synonymous with the UEE Navy,
Gun lockers, suit area.
with a variety of operations over the past
Also, I appreciate that the panels work with the lights and stuff too.
someone's made for the private sector.
No surprises.
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army ground in order, Lurk maintains an active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles, whether for logistics,
I do like the cockpit change, and my understanding is the Valkyrie cockpit has also been updated. We'll have to go look in ours, but the two dead screens off to the far side are toast now. Well, there's not a lot of room above that thing, is there? I really like it. I really, really like it.
for centuries.
So after getting a good look at it, we'll pop in the Valkyrie when we go back to the hangar, just to kind of compare fresh in our mind what we're looking at. I super, super like it, though. Is that open? Nope. Is that glass?
Aegis Dynamics is committed to improving the pilot experience.
You know, there is still a small lip there between those areas, though, right?
And engineers are a common fixture at the naval bases.
Oh, very small. It's just like a beam.
And what doesn't in their ships.
I like it. Killer. What do you say, folks?
Although Invictus is a celebration of the men and women who are about to ship off to begin their training, Launch Week not only provides an opportunity to celebrate our recent graduates, but also gives our active service members much needed recreational leave. Be sure to thank
Very much like. Very, very much like. There shouldn't be anything else different in here, but let's go take a cruise real fast and see if they've stuck anything in the hallways. Yeah, I do too. If for no other reason, then it's not specifically a troop, like a personnel drop. It's a ship drop. And then with the 180 SCU of cargo back there, I've got more to work with. I was telling the wife the other day, I look at ships like that and I kind of general purpose them. I'm like, well, this is what it's intended for, but, I see myself, and I always say Han Solo, and I don't mean Han Solo. I'm not a smuggler, scoundrel, whatever, future rebel general. I just, as an opportunist, like, oh, this is the ship I got. Well, I'm going to repurpose it and haul cargo with it. And, oh, you know what? I got a contract to do some mining operations. I'm going to park Gollum and some Geos back here and extra supplies and go run and do that. I could absolutely throw a tank in the back and drop it off someplace for somebody, or participate in a military maneuver. But for my place in the verse, like whoever my guy is in my head, I just see me taking whatever ship I have and using what it has available to my advantage, however. So the fact that it's meant to be a military dropship doesn't bug me. I think it's cool that I'm like, oh, well, I repurposed your military dropship. Who is shooting what over there? And how?
are a common fixture at the Academy and naval bases. Try and get first-hand accounts.
By the way, folks, if you have ships to outfit after this last patch, don't forget to look for your components here. You can find a lot of them here. Just not your military A's and B's and stealth A's and B's and all that stuff. But there's lots of good stuff here to be picked up. You don't have to fly all over the verse. How is this guy?
UEE may be small, but a group of vehicle operators trained for a variety of operations. Before they combat search and rescue training, they are some of the few non-owning military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines in the hostile environments of Corinth.
Unless that's not a player. Oh no, that's a guard. Fascinating.
An active, versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics,
Yeah, they were not happy about something at all.
exploration operations.
I don't know why I'm doing this. I guess I'm trying to tell myself if I had waited, I could have done this all in Area 18. I've always loved that weapon rack in the Scorpius.
Stop by our friends and family.
Slave that turret to the pilot like they do with the God, I can't talk. Slave that turret to the pilot like they do in the Super Hornet. Unless you have a co-pilot. That would be the best for that ship. It really, really would. Yeah, can't rent them on off-manufacturer days. I kind of hoped that if it was on the showroom floor, that you could rent it. Oh, actually, you can. I thought you... Never mind. Maybe they're not letting you do it from the floor at all now. Yeah, the signs weren't... The signage isn't doing it. Okay.
Invictus Launch Week is a great opportunity to see your taxes at work. As members of the Empire, it's your right to inspect the latest acquisitions of the UEE Navy.
So one question I haven't had answered yet, and I didn't look close enough on the store, is this an item you can buy in-game, or is it only purchasable through the store in a pack right now? I'm curious. Same. Believe the meta pen's way back there. Cool. I really like the ship displays this year. Super cool. Circle down below and see if we've got any concept-y stuff or anything. By the way, I hope you folks have noticed how smooth it seems to be running.
For centuries, Invictus has been a time for friends and family to come together and celebrate the pillars of duty, service, and civic pride.
A hell of a lot less NPCs standing around T-posing. So as I said at the beginning of the stream, the packages that have these available, I don't care for that one myself. I don't know that I dig that. I think some people would, and it's okay.
Though not nearly at the numbers that our UEE Army brethren order, the Navy maintains
And the armor's cool.
a versatile fleet of ground vehicles as well, whether for logistics, transport, or even exploration operations.
Folks, is the PDC, is that what it is, PDC? Is that a new armor set? I don't recognize that. I like this one. Again, it's swirls and stuff, but the blue and silver thing, I kind of dig it. I could wear it, not feel foolish. And the SMG matches.
The UEE Navy is proud to welcome Aegis Dynamics.
I guess that one up close isn't as hideous as I thought, but there's something about the two-tone look. I don't know if I dig it or not.
Their past was draped in shadow for decades.
Never know.
We are thrilled to
And what is this?
themselves to building a brighter.
What are we going to get here that's not here currently, or are they just making it look cool with a closed display? Hmm.
The latest line of defenders from Aegis Dynamics have already been battle tested throughout the Empire and beyond. With that kind of success, it's no wonder
I'm surprised they didn't put some colored antium armor in the store. Okay, it's the same thing on the other side. I do this every year, by the way. I walk in one side and out the other and then think it's different when I go on the other side.
combat search and rescue training, we are some of the few non-Marine military personnel who are invited to train with the Marines on the hostile environments of Florida.
My dude is having a heart attack here.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family to get a better understanding of what they have to look forward to in naval service.
There's people in general chat talking right now, being sarcastic about the MTC. Great, just what we needed, an all suit locker vehicle. You know, I can't blame them for being salty. We have, they make room for the suit lockers in all these places, and they're inoperable.
Although Invictus is a
I would think that would be high on the priority list if it's a feature you keep including in a bunch of other vehicles. I do also get that if it's not developed, it's important to put the space in for it, so that when it is fully featured, you don't have to redesign everything to make it work. But it seems to me like it's kind of a basic feature that should already be there, and then being integrated into all these things. Yeah, so nothing's changed here either. It's just the Hammerhead, Vanguard, Redeemer. By the way, if somebody's watching and you're new and you want me to go like crawl up in something that I'm passing by, let me know. I'd be happy to. If there's a ship you've never been inside of and you want to take a look at, I'd be more than happy to do that for you. Here's the stock F8C Lightning. Nope, that is not. This is not. This is the F8A. This thing is outfitted in such a way that makes me... So the existence of this in any way, shape, or form, it's hard for me because The amount of guns on an F-8C is awesome. The fact that it's down gunned, and then the Hornet carries size 4s. I know it's only 2, but I would feel the same here. Could you drop the size 2s on my F8 Lightning? Turn a couple of the 3s into 4s? Like how about similar and like 6 guns instead of 8? I don't know. I have such a hard time with it. What would you do? Like firepower on this should be superior, but the sheer numbers don't necessarily make you superior if you're trying to pierce higher armor targets. But is that what a heavy fighter's for, or is it for a few of those grouping together and taking out fighters? I don't know. I have a hard time with all of them. All right. Oh, guess what? We can look at the Valkyrie right here. Oh no, that's the Asgard again, isn't it? Yep, it sure is.
Been looking into getting one of those sight adjusters that
Well, let's go take a look.
Welcome to the Invictus shipboard. All of these vehicles you see on display are this year's additions to the fleet. With the expanding nature of operations throughout the systems, have a look to see how each of these ships will help defend the Empire.
See, one of those fits in there. Pretty epic.
For those with loved ones setting off today to begin their life in the Navy, stop by our friends and family to get a better understanding.
I really, 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 really like it. So when you see people out doing Hathor, have you ever seen anybody take like anti-air stuff like this and like sit around the like deploy around the outside of the hole? And if they don't, why not? Maybe not worth it for the amount of time you actually spend there? Are these too long, or will a Spartan won't fit on the in the Asgard? Will it? Because then you get your troop drop capability back if you do that. That makes more sense to me to park something like that in there, but I don't think that will go in there.
The Navy utilizes a variety of ships, including some models made for the private sector.
Whoop. See, we had hiccups like that at IAE 2 years ago, like walk, 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 hiccup, walk, 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 hiccup. This is much, much more manageable. And there's our Super Hornet. I'm not sure why she's on the showroom floor unless, yeah, I really don't know. Just because it's the newest Hornet. Does it, Moonrat? I am about to go give it a shot. Better than the Ursa? She stays grounded and takes obstacles really well.
Their past was draped in shadow for decades. We are thrilled to see that they have truly committed themselves to building a bright future.
Doesn't do the bouncy thing near as much.
Invictus has been
The Ursa ramp touches the ground and doesn't help with the bouncy issues. And I think the little ramp that comes out the side on the MTC doesn't do that, but you're just saying in general anyway.
We salute those taking their
That's
first
good.
step to their
Well,
new
I'm fixing to go do the same thing and give her a drive. That red Claudio helmet is really cool. I like that dude's armor set in general.
Tram now leaving the station. Stand clear of the doors.
It doesn't fit in a Zeus. Oh, that's right. An Ursa doesn't fit in a Zeus, does it? The tires are too wide. Is it wider than a Ursa, tire-wise?
Now arriving.
Obey all security and customs
Sounds good.
personnel at all times. Their job is your safety.
Moonrat, are you on my server, bud? Oh, you are. It's all right. You go. No, you can take that one. I'll take this one.
Want your company to be in good company? Our Corp's unique vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resource sharing and logistical pairing for our rental partners. Inquire today to learn how you can invest in making our Corp your new home.
Next wave of Idris when?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your insurance claim has been set. Thank you. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
About as wide. Okay. Ooh, inventory's slow. You serious? No drinks? Oh. It does a little happy bounce, just not quite as aggressive as the others. How'd I put that some bitch back in there? Aha. Ah, it does have internal storage. Okay. Cool. Glad to see that. External internal storage. I like. All right, what's she sound like? I do like the dash. That's pretty cool.
Systems activating.
Okay.
Systems on.
Ooh. Sounds clean. She seems way more locked in and less floaty and slidey than a lot of the others. Because I can't usually drive these with any modicum of control. Oh, we did a little slippy there. And it actually has a nice little slide when you let off the gas, but it seems like when the tires have traction, it seems like it has the right amount of momentum. And as long as you're actually steering, it steers. It's when you let off a little bit. But it seems to skid appropriately. It doesn't cover the rear, y'all. Wait, does the Ursa one spin all the way around? All right, let's see how this remote turret thing works. That's weird. So is there a remote interface here someplace or something? Ah, there, deploy. There we go. There we go. We're on board now. All right, now we're good. It's funny when you're sitting in the seat without deploying it, you have the same turn arc as you do as the pilot. What if you're actually in the turret, though? I can't view outside is what I wanted to try to do. So, I mean, obviously now. Oh, wow, the recoil isn't applying to these. And these are CFs, I think. Okay, and it does go all the way around if you're in the remote pilot seat. Well, that's good. All right, all right, all right. I like it. I deployed armor. It has some armor plating on it. I didn't catch that before. Cool. Not needed, but neato. Open exterior opens both. Oh, so it's these little attentions to detail that I love so much about Star Citizen, but it's so weird the priority things take in people's mind. Watch the little lights come on underneath. I'll just do them from my keyboard command here. Oh, that's the outside lights. That one for inside, so you have to watch. Lights off.
Off.
Okay. That's awesome that the that the underlight flickers on like that. Totally doesn't do anything for anything, but it's cool.
Systems off.
Shields offline. Shields offline. Weapon systems online.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Okay. Good to know.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
All right, while the Asgard is fresh in our mind, we'll take another look at our Valkyrie. And we'll pull out the Star Lancer, too. Pleb, how's it going, buddy? Did you come to gift me my Idris? The proper response you're looking for there is F you, devil. I mean, she's still cool. I still like this ship a lot. Oh, from I wasn't able to get it, so I thought yeah, on the next round you just pick it up for us, and I'll pay you back some other time, some other non-definite time. I tried working on her today. She doesn't even think the ship belongs in the game right now. She feels like the verse wasn't ready. Like the griefers are going to come out to woodwork. Well. Oh, I hit the light. It was a lighting problem, not a driver problem. Oh, Pleb, did you see this? It's the coolest feature. It's the coolest feature of the MTC. Watch between my legs, and this is not some sort of weird setup. Huh? I'm sorry. I wasn't even exaggerating. It is really cool. I wish more ships had a under the dash. I don't know why it's cool. I just like that it flickered when it came on. It made me happy in a weird place. Oh, you feel like they don't belong in the game. My wife won't answer. Oh, dang it. I missed the show. My wife won't answer me properly on this one. And I mean the question in all honesty. Why do you feel they don't belong in the verse yet? Because I'm assuming it's a yet. Like, capital ships belong eventually, but what needs to happen before they're okay to have? Is it, I'll even ask some more questions. The big capital ship, Spearhead. Don't like ships. Well, that's fair. So nothing is the answer then, kind of. I think for a lot of people, it's the solo ability of those two ships. That somebody can just drive them around and you can't do anything about it. I mean, you can, but you have to seriously want to. Here, watch the light show again. It's calming. All right, that's enough. Oh, I wanted to see it go in. That's what she said. Uh-oh. I think it's... Is it stuck? Did I stick it? Or is it just really close? Oh, no, it's fine. Everything's fine here. I could have turned off the turret, though. There we go. Yeah, we were scraping the top a little bit. Well, we knew the Ursa fit in here to begin with. Yeah, and the Asgard's just going to make that even more appealing because it's much wider and definitely taller. That's fair, Blip. Absolutely fair. Sabrina doesn't like that the people that tend to have these things make other places and things unplayable for us. And I think that's fair. I wasn't very fair to her when we were discussing it this morning because I was trying to make the case that the ship belongs in the game. It's progress. It's nice to see something that's actually been out there 5 or 6 years actually come to the verse, and something that people have been waiting for 10 years. It's good to see that in a form of progress. And all 3 variants of it, no less. See, and that's how I feel, Spearhead. If you are out there driving it solo, you're eventually in trouble. The PDCs make it difficult for people, though. But you know what? A couple of people with some time to kill and a Corsair and a couple of Connies, they'll wear you down. Or your buddy in his Polaris. Because it's not like that thing can get its nose on you. And if they're flying by themselves, that nose is the only thing to worry about if they have the K-kit, right? The point I was trying to make to Sabrina is it's not the ship that prevents certain gameplay, like Hawthor, for instance. And that gameplay isn't prevented. I bet I could ask everybody in this channel right now, if we had a cool ship, if I had access to a Polaris or something, y'all would jump on. Like, I know the answer to this because a lot of you do it with some of the other friends we have in the streaming community. Like if Tic Tac's still here, Pleb's still here. I actually, Spearhead, you've hung out with Pooks before too, I think. A lot of us would just hop in. Like if I said, hey, guys, who wants to go? Let's go do Hawthor together. I'm sure 5 or 6 of you immediately would pop up and we'd get in the Polaris together and go do something. So it's not like I'd have problems finding multi-crew. Anyway, I'm getting off track though. I'm talking about my use cases for it now. But yeah, you're right. Most people that will just drive it around solo, they don't have the crew to make it an effective thing. It's just a boring target to whittle away at until it finally explodes. As Pleb mentioned, though, as long as the shield exploit isn't a thing. Guys, I have to take the puppy out really quick. My schedule's been messed up because I took the boy to drop him off at the airport today. And I didn't start my stream at the normal time, so the dog's like, yo, it's past lunchtime, you gotta let me out. So let me go do that real quick. As soon as we see the revamped dash on the Valkyrie. Thank you, Spearhead. I lost track. My old brain lost track of what I was trying to say, and that was it. It's not the Idris, it's not the Polaris that are keeping me away from doing things like Hawthor or previously contested zones, that had nothing to do with ships. It's an organized group of people, a large organized group. If they want to keep you out of those areas, they will, whether it's with 10 fighters, 100 dudes on the ground, whatever the case is, that's what keeps you away from that content. It's not these ships. Now, some of these ships might make it easier for a group to transport themselves someplace, but also if they're locked inside of one ship and I've got a force of friends, they're a little easier to deal with now, aren't they? Maybe. That's true, they did, Spearhead. Every little bit of development when somebody... I think... I'm trying to be fair to my wife here. In her defense, I think what kind of the issue is unless you want to buy it, we're a large number of years away from being able to work towards it in game. So I think she wishes that there was some way to access it. Like, we could work really hard and grind a bunch of money and, save up 300 million and grab one. It would take work. It wouldn't happen overnight, right? But we can't do that. And because of the type of ship it is, where the Polaris, I think, will be, I'm not sure if the Polaris will be available in game or not anytime soon, especially with events like Wickala. I don't know. I just don't know. When will we be able to work towards it in the verse as something that we can own on our own without forking out, $3,000? Fireclaw, what's up, buddy? By the way, this is really nice that they removed these. I think it looks sharp. There was no reason for the dead screens to be there. All right, I really have to go take the dog out really quick. Folks, I will be right back. It'll just take me a minute. right, folks. Thank you so much for hanging tight. I'm back. The puppy has been pottied. All right. Let's just test some maneuverability here real quick.
Online. Quantum fuel is at 100%. Takeoff complete.
I feel like I was gonna switch some stuff out on the Valk, and I did not do that. Probably because I was thinking of the Asgard. No big deal. Straight away, bud. By the time I could get on the site, it was gone. It was gone. Gone, gone. I was gonna melt the fleet and get one. Oh boy. All right, let's see how she feels. Ah, definitely a bit better. Wow. Let's get out from over the city, though, really quick. This is not the Asgard. This is just the Valk, but with a little updated maneuverability. I just wanted to see how that felt. The guns feel great, of course. I just threw the MTC in here, and I figured we would go out just beyond the city, and that's what I was wanting to check. Because when you are using it to do something like deploy geos or something, you're all scanning for something. You're like, oh, there's a patch of minerals, and I drove through them. Oh, landing gear's down. Idiot.
Landing gear raised.
All right, now let's feel what she turns like. Okay. Let's feel those thrusters a little bit. All right, and we'll stick with the plan, and we'll get somewhere else here. it's feeling like it's feeling like she's gonna stick the landings a lot better now. But that's just from me giving it some reverse thrust there. It feels like if you let off, it doesn't go quite as bad as it did. I do like them. I was doing the gauntlet stuff. And also I like how bounties are using the new asteroid locations and things too. So just the old regular bounties are at least using the new places, which is cool. Gives it a little more variety. I haven't done any of the just regular Merc missions that are like patrol and stuff. Like I said, I'd only done the gauntlet stuff to get a taste of it. It's just Gilly has a gauntlet that takes you through. It's not the training missions that are like 3 of them and you're done. It's like an extension of that. They're under the Merc tab. And it just takes you through a series of more training missions like single target, multi-target, multi-crew, and then it takes you up against corvettes, frigate. I got stuck on the Hammerhead one. I had to crack out the Corsair, and then I'm Fireclaw's here, so he'll tell me that, well, that's the reason you didn't get it completed. You didn't take the Connie out, you took a Corsair out. But it had escorts, so they chewed me up and had shields down, and I kept getting baited by one of the fighters and kept ending up too close to the Hammerhead, and it destroyed me. I've never tried in these areas that are out of Armistice. Can I land on those big open spaces? I never do that on Microtech.
Warning, you are leaving a safe
All right, all right, all right, all right. The answer is no. Let's go someplace else. This isn't working out so hot.
shields offline.
I agree, Pleb. They really have overall. All right.
Quantum drive is now off.
Can I land anywhere else on Microtech? I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I spent a lot of time in Urkel yesterday, pleb. For like the fighters and stuff, I decided to ignore signature. So usually I'm not trying to sneak up on somebody and ruin their day, right?
Shields online.
And if I want to PvP you, I don't care that you know I'm coming. I just want to fight, right? So I kind of want to make sure that I could manage power on fighters without sacrificing something. I didn't do so hot. There are a couple scenarios where I still need to pop off a cooler or turn the life support off, but I was able to do that without military components. I do wish I had them though. But that being said, like I was using the Torrenta shields or whatever they were on the F8, but I've got quite a bit more shield power now. At the cost of having to mess with the pips. And then some of it it was never meant to be able to max out all pips all the time. That's never been the intent. So like I looked to balance so that I knew my shields had full power. So if I'm supposed to get 20,000 HP, I'm getting 20,000 HP. And then I kind of look at the extra pips as the regen portion, right? So like I'm engaged in combat. If you know what kind of scenario it is, let's say it's one of those where you know you're going to have to dip in and dip out. Well, that's perfect. I don't need all pips to regen all the time. I go in, I do my thing, shields are going down, I'm in danger of taking damage. Then I hit a button to do full power to shield, so now I've got max regen and max engines. Guns go down and I let myself get out of the situation while everything regens, and then I turn right back around, reallocate power, and get in it. It is totally cool when you can put all the pips and everything and just not worry about it, because let's face it, I'm not the best pilot in the world. The less I have to worry about, the better. But that's how I tried to balance things. I'd be happy to share the loadouts I have with you. At least on the Super Hornet and the F8. I picked a terrible, terrible planet to test what I wanted to test here. Let's head for the sky. We'll go somewhere else while my guy dehydrates. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you for noticing. I'll pull up my Urkel really quick and show you what I did to my F7 and my F8, just as a springboard, if nothing else. God, she sounds like a jumbo jet. I just want to get out of the way so I'm not floating here.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
It's on the showroom floor, so you can get in it, but we won't be able to rent it till Mirai Day, and it won't be available to purchase till Mirai Day. And I'm already thinking about that versus my F8. I'm terrible. I could just not settle on a heavy fighter. The Super Hornet or the F7A, anything in the Mark II vein makes it really hard to look at heavy fighters these days. I want to accept them for what they are. Don't look, Fireclaw. That was my Corsair loadout. All right. So guns, I went all PvP on the Hornet. So I did all CF stuff. Because the coolers don't matter like they should yet, I did 2 Vapor Blocks. Maelstrom, which that may be the stock, isn't it? And then I went for shields. I went for civilian grade A. So that's actually running more HP than I was with the Targa shields, right? My signatures are in the teens. They're not terrible, but I mean, we were running 9K and under in all of those before. And this I literally, in the Super Hornet, I don't have to turn off anything. Life support's on, the coolers are on. I've got max shields and max regen. And it feels real good. So there's some tweaking you could do in here if you wanted to, but yeah, I didn't go for industrial shields because of the power involved. See, here I have a pip left. But if we take like my regen stuff into consideration, you could do something like this, pop off a cooler, pop off life support, and you could go for industrial shields. Yeah, low regen. That's kind of why I went for the civvies. The civvies kind of sat in a good middle place. I just kept plugging things in and playing with numbers and looking at the HP bubble and the HP per second for regen. Just kind of kept going back and forth and plugging different things in. And this is where I felt comfortable. The quantum drive, I don't know why I put a drift in here. I guess maybe to keep the signature down, but I could have left that alone too. So that's what I did with this one. This one works really well. Performance-wise, the same as the stealth setup, if not better, because of more HP from the shields. And the regen is comparable, if not better as well. So I'm good with this. This worked out really, really well. The one I had the hard time with was the lightning. So I need 2 pips on the lightning. And the lightning, with all attrition, again, I went for the Civvy A shields, the Industrial A power plant. And again, I threw Vapor Blocks on there for the coolers because they do the job. But this is running without life support. I can turn a cooler off and get another pip back. But the way I figure it, like I said, if you're playing the way you're supposed to play, especially in a heavy fighter or a Connie or a Corsair, you're more likely to dip in and dip out than you are on the little guys. Because the little guys, well, depending on who you're facing, the little guys you can maneuver and stay out of their guns, and you don't have to dip out as often. But if you did, same thing. You could set it up so that, oh, well, I don't need the regen. Let me just keep shields to full. Get the hell out of here. If you want the regen, you can drop your guns as you go away. And even then, this with life support on isn't that bad. Actually, let me put the cooler on too, because if you're dipping out, you're not firing at anything, but you do still have some shots and some regen happening here. So you just max shields when you're running, and then back the other way when you're in combat. And you saw me move a pip between guns and engines. If I turned off life support or a cooler, I wouldn't have had to do that. It would have just been 2 pips here, back in here, 2 pips there, back in there. It shouldn't be a big pain to move in combat. But then again, the way I had it setting, with a cooler off and life support off, it was working just fine like that too, and I didn't have to touch anything. Yeah, 10K is not bad. And like I said, mine were in the teens though. But again, I'm coming to fight you. I don't care if you know I'm coming. I'm usually not trying to be an asshole and sneak up on somebody. It's me that gets that done to them a lot, right? The exception is if that signature's too low, then you drop target on them a lot, and that's frustrating during combat. Then again, between voice attack and a well set up hat, I get them back as quick as I lost them. Only really a problem for like missile lock if that's what you were trying to do. So yeah, I just poked at it a lot yesterday. Oh, Fireclaw, you didn't know. Shit, yeah. I even made a forum post, which I don't do too often. Not a derogatory one. I was trying to be positive. I was just letting them know, hey, I understand, you know, maybe there's some things I could have done to save my custom ship loadouts that I didn't do because they said it was fixed. I didn't think I needed to try to do it. And to be honest, the times I do take my components off and store them, they disappear anyway. But I didn't even try this time, and that might have saved me. So I told him, hey, that's on me. No big deal. Better luck next time. But man, what I didn't expect was the exec ships and the Wicklow ships. They all reset to a stock loadout. They're named differently. They're set up on a loadout. The system literally goes, oh, this is the Piam Cutlass Exec Black. Here's the loadout for it. Stock. They reset those? What? I was, yeah, pretty upset about that. Did you lose custom components on your other stuff too? Did they add new ones? I don't know. I don't know how they look, buddy. Or you mean like component wise? And component wise, they're supposed to be altered components again when you get them brand new. Frustrating. Anyway, pleb, I hope that was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Then we have our constellation that you can see from 3 million miles away. Same with the Corsair, you can see it from 3 million miles away. But really here, same thing. I just wanted max power to weapons and shields while I'm doing my thing and try not to think about it the best I could. I did a lot of industrial A on power plant stuff. Yeah, but this one's important to me. I really do like this setup. Of course, if I had NDBs available, I would put those on because I really got used to the way they fired. And it was the perfect blend of DPS and velocity, and it felt good for me. But having the CFs back on here, it's cool how much tighter it is to aim now. I love it. Fireclaw, do you mean the exec loadouts are gone on, like, new ships now? Like, when you get a new one, they don't load it out anymore? Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. I'm following you. You just meant confirmed on your loadouts. Yeah, my black is all... It's not mil-spec anymore. It's all... Alright, let's go find us a moon to jack around on before we die of thirst. Yeah, right? That is something that I am frustrated about, is the scanning change. I have no issues with having to scan to know who it is that attacked me or who it is I'm about to attack. But the scanning system doesn't allow us to easily suss that out, right? When the situation's hot and I'm trying to decide, am I attacking that dude or not, it's really hard for me to sit still, whop in scanning mode, and hold down a button while I keep them on reticle. Retarded. If there was a way I could select that ship and scan it, and it like stays pinned, just like you're selecting a target, if I can scan my selected target, better. That would be acceptable to me. Otherwise, I don't have to know the guy's name, but I do need to be able, when I see a group of red ships, all with serial numbers, I need to quickly be able to ascertain player, NPC, especially when we're doing things like the Polaris mission. The couple times I've been on that, there's been people with Polaris there, and I was shooting the wrong Polaris. Friendly fire. Friendly fire. Thank God they didn't, like, get uppity about it. They knew what was going on, right? That would be the best, Pleb. Head tracking and scanning, that would be awesome.
Quantum drive is now off.
What did you purchase, sir? Did you purchase the Tony the Tiger armor, man? Oh, did you? Is the Paladin available someplace? Oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna die. We're gonna die. Pleb. Now I wasn't paying attention, so I was going pretty damn fast. But there's a million ships I could have pulled that off. There's a million ships I could have pulled that off. The Valkyrie still takes a minute to slow her ass down. In fairness, I was jabbering while I was getting close to the ground there, and it was dark. Our approach would have been a little bit more controlled had I been paying attention and we could see the mountains. But when I did realize it and tried to correct, I was in SCM already, and it wasn't having it. It was doing that thing. Nice, Jim. Paladin. It looks killer to me. I didn't realize... Is it... Can you buy it right now? Is it up? Are they going to surprise us and release it? Did you really? Oh, does he have his new PC up and running? Very cool.
Happy to help.
So now he's dual streaming, right? Dual PC streaming? Or was he before and it's just better setups now? He never had a bad looking stream, but I know what a solid graphics card and a good computer can do for Star Citizen, so. And God help you if you're Streamlabs streaming on the same machine. You definitely take a hit when you do that. Stupid Streamlabs is so processor hungry, it's just better to have it on its own machine someplace. Oh, thanks, man. There's all kinds of goodies back here. It's a shame that they're not in focus all the time. I've got Borderlands stuff back here. There's Claptrap and Tiny Tina and some Lego bonsai tree. There's a Lego Nintendo back there with a little bobblehead Funko Captain America sitting on him. The Yoda poster, the kiddo got me. It's not Yoda, it's Grogu. Got me a Grogu poster the other day, and I haven't tacked it to the wall to cover up the fluffy Pusheen kitty cat that I embarrassed to show you all. But now it looks like Grogu's peeking around the Captain America shield, so I kind of have to leave him there because it's cool. There's all kinds of cool shit back there. There's a Lego Nintendo. Yes, I need some Star Citizen stuff. We need a Pico back there. I got my Star Citizen hat hanging in the corner. Yeah, but the Captain America shield is awesome. That actually belonged or was crafted by my wife's late husband, Dave. He made that shield, and they have a couple of foam. Well, you can see the foam Captain America hood there too. For him, and I think it was the oldest boy at the time, but he handcrafted that. The star is actually metal, epoxied on and stuff. It's really cool, and I was like, I'd love to put that behind me. So, anyway, cool stuff. I need all kinds of things back there. A Lego Stephen Hawking's would be awesome. All right, so we blew up the Valkyrie. That was a thing. It did handle better. It just didn't handle me very well. Do I still want a Polaris, guys? Do I want attack? Do I want the Asgard?
Now arriving.
Please don't give me only you know. That's your decision. Nah, get in here. Just thanks, man. You can rent the ships that are in the terminals as you go into the Invictus Hall, buddy. And they're going to be per manufacturers every 2 days. So Aegis and Greycatch you can rent now. And then the next batch you'll be able to rent. At best I could tell, you could not rent them off the showroom floor anymore. And definitely not the ones that are sitting there that isn't the correct manufacturer's day yet. You know, Pleb, I believe there's a big part of her that really wants us to have a big carrier multi-cruise ship like that, but I just don't know if we can justify it, short of getting lucky and melting, like, literally all of my fleet to get one. We think about it and we talk about it, and I think even she doesn't play as much as I do, and I think she would love to have a big, cool ship like that. Yeah, the F8A is there. Let me reclaim the poor Valkyrie. And the poor ATC that got, MTC that got smashed up in it. The Polaris is more reasonable. And it's not reasonable, but it is more reasonable in the grand scheme of things, right? There's some movement I could do in my fleet to make that happen. So I would still have to add money, but it wouldn't be so bad. But I don't know. I still don't know that I would get the use out of it that I get out of all these other fun ships, right? And Jim, the TAC is cool. I'm almost there on that, and that would be easy. I would just let my max go for the TAC. But I think for the little things that I do, the extra things that I do, I think that Asgard is going to happen. It'll probably replace my max, though. And then I'll just get 8 million and buy a max in-game. Have the best of both worlds.
It takes all of us working together to keep our corps safe.
Now that's one. If they surprised us and released the Ironclad, the C2 would be in definite danger. I think you'd need another 500, bud. Do you want the nose cannon?
Want your company to be in good company? Our corp's unique vertically integrated corporate parks offer amenities such as resource sharing and logistical pairing for our rental partners.
300k AUEC. Go run the beginner cargo missions. Accept the 6 rookie missions that take you from like Bajini down to the surface, or Everest down to the surface. Any of those, there should be 6 rookie missions. A 64 SCU cargo vessel is all you need. If you don't have one, which I'm pretty sure you do. I'm almost positive you do, Spearhead. But just run the rookie missions. That's 300k each way. Or 300k each one. 300? Yeah, almost 400. Almost 400k for those missions, and they fit on a 64 SCU ship. I can run them. I used to, like on my alt account, when I start him out to make money, I'll run those on a rented hull A, and I'll have a few million in a couple hours. Yeah, throw those rookie, because they're all single SCU boxes. 6 missions. It's maybe like 25, 26 boxes altogether. I can't remember. It's definitely not 64, but it's probably right around 30, I guess. Yeah, just run those a couple times. You'll have 600K in an hour. Possibly 750-ish. That should fit the bill for you perfectly, unless they changed them, but I don't believe they did.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
Ah, not a
system.
problem, man. Not a problem. I have lots of useful knowledge stuck in that noggin someplace. I was going to say useless. I feel that way sometimes, but it's actually good for some folks sometimes. MTC, where did that thing go? Oh, you know what? Probably can't see it from out here because it's a round vehicle. I'm an idiot. Yeah, and that's kind of where I am, Moonrad. The C2 would become the Ironclad for sure.
Monitor your luggage at all times.
I don't think they're going to surprise us with that, though. Maybe by IAE. Maybe. Oh! Thank you for the sub there, Mr. Jim. I appreciate you. You deserved that sub anyway. You came in here and gifted 5. I remember that. Do you remember that? You gifted 5 subs last month, and you did not get yourself one.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did. Jim is the chilliest of chill guys. That wasn't a hint to do it again, yo. Thank you very much for the gifted subs, bud. I appreciate you tons, my man. Appreciate you tons. Oh, look, we got a little hype train going. Woo-hoo! You're a monster, man. I appreciate that. All right, we're looking for that stupid MTC. I keep calling it a stupid MTC, but guys, if you don't care about the medical bay thing, it feels better than the Ursa to drive. I actually like it quite a bit. Awesome. Awesome. It's good when the crew gets in there. Man, I appreciate the support tons, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, I'm gonna pull the max up. I'm curious. This is a really stupid thing. I love the way Crusader ships throw the lights on the ground, or like the new ones do. Actually, they changed the C2. The C2 has an outline where the elevator comes down now. I have to look at that really fast. So I've always liked that in the new Crusader ships. I don't know why more ships don't have it. The TAC has it. I saw it on the showroom floor. I'm curious if they updated the Max to have it as well. Probably not, but we'll see. Tic Tac, go down, go into the area in the center where the TDD is, and take the tram to Bevik Convention Center. Bevik is where the rest of the Invictus stuff is. No, we found it? Cool. Eh. You get so used to looking at things in the verse, sometimes the normal stuff escapes you. Show me lights. Ooh, guys, they're there. Look. They did. Ooh, pretty. Ooh. I like the little things, guys. I like the detail. I always act like I'm apologizing for being like that, but hell, we all play Star Citizen. We all absolutely understand. Those little things go so far. We like our ships to look pretty and have all the nice little doodads. For those of you, were all of you here when I was sitting in the MTC going gaga about the little blue light that turns on by your feet when you hit the light switch? It does nothing for combat. It has nothing to do with maneuverability. But it flickers when it comes on. It's fucking cool. Now we just need a clapper to turn it on and off. Then it'll be age appropriate for me. They did not give us the tax refrigerator that works, though. Bummer. And I'm guessing... Oh, wait, do you work now? Wait. It's one of those stealth ads, guys. No, it's not. You bastards. If I click it faster, it'll work. But it's lit up. Oh, well. And the copy pasta double beds. I think this is where the TAC excelled. This was cool. I'm not going to lie. This was a cool idea. And I talked to the wife at length about this the other day. Just like the stupid light that comes on by your feet and the light on the ramp. All cool stuff. This is rad. It's a, you know, it's your personal bunk room on a ship, whatever. It's cool. It's nice that it has its own bathroom. It's got, you know, a desk and storage and a refrigerator that doesn't work. But it's, like 20 years ago, maybe I would have RP'd. I would have been on an RP server. It's cool that it's there, but it's not needed. If you give me cooler functionality for the things that I actually do in the verse, I don't play pool. I would if this worked. I don't know. I don't know. It really sounds like I'm hypocritical because I'm praising a flickering light at your on the dashboard at your feet. But I really wish some of that RP design would go away. It's cool that we can do it, but how often do we, I guess is my point. So what this is about is the wife felt like what am I doing? I'm really happy about the Starlancer. Whoa. Dude, quit jiggling. This is weird. We felt like the TAC moved the dashboard up a little bit. I do not think it did, but it didn't hurt to give it a look. And from the looks of it, I am still the same distance away from the thing that I was before. Yeah, no, it's the same. It looked like it though for a minute. It really did look like it moved forward a little bit. Did not though. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of... I said get out of here. What the... Bloody... Stop. I think that's one of the most requested features. I need a key fob for my spaceship, please. So I honestly think what Sabrina was seeing is the lighting, the way the Invictus Hall lighting is coming through the dash, I think made it seem like it was more open than it actually was, as opposed to dark like this. So theoretically, if I throw some light on it, it shouldn't look so bad. And look, those little metal grates were there. I just never, or plastic. I guess those are textured plastic. The light that was shining on those in the tack made me question whether they were there or not. They looked a lot more like that. So the big thing is with that C2, do I really use the Star Lancer as much for cargo as I did when it was brand new? And I think not, but I don't know if the tack gains me things that make it worth switching. Oh, that did make it. They're pretty sweet, aren't they? Jim, when you're inside there, can you give me your opinion? Tell me if you think, or why you think there's ballistic ammo stored in a hopper or some sort of device to feed that ammo, which looks like it's going right to the turret. Can you tell me why that's there when it comes with laser repeaters? It looks cool. I don't want to bag on it. I really don't. The design in that area where you get in the turrets, it looks really effing cool. And maybe that's all it needs to do is look effing cool. But, like, I don't understand it. It doesn't match the weapons that are there. Yeah, I would assume it's RP2 if there were Gatlings there. And my other thought was maybe it fed the hand cannon, but it goes the wrong way. My guess is that they designed it with ballistics and then changed their mind as far as the standard loadout.
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
All right, let's store that max, and we'll take one of those sabers out for a run. Oh, if it had PDCs, that would be cool. I don't see any mounted on it. I looked pretty close. Is it really? Okay, cool. I'm looking forward to giving her a fly. Recommendations, stock, Comet, Firebird. What is the definitive Saber experience to have for my first Saber flight? I'm sure I've flown one before, but probably just didn't really know what it was I was flying, is my guess. They are little missiles. I believe those are little missile pods. I can't wait to rent one so I can see what they are and where they are and who can fire them. On the behind the ships video, I think they even said they were missile pods, but yeah, it could be for those. But again, the hopper feeds the wrong way. Son of a bitch! I keep putting bad batteries in my vape. All right, we'll give the Firebird a run. The flight characteristics should be about the same, yeah. Or Saber. Yeah. You know what? I'll just do the stock Saber. I can fly the others later. I like the look of the Firebird.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I don't remember it being all red inside like that. Well, that's stylish. I like it. Let's see, what do we got here? Shield. Oh, we can live with that. Yep, I'm very interested in the Asgard. I'll be surprised if I come away from Invictus and don't have that one. I've become really attached to the Valkyrie, and the upgrades they've made to the health and maneuverability and the pilot guns has only made it better. And the only thing that's a drawback for me is I don't use the troop drop functionality, but I do use the rear cargo area. I've put geos in there. You guys have seen me mining, rock mining, geo mining, even just to slap some cargo in there and run around because it's kind of a cool looking ship to drive. So the Asgard kind of like ticks all those boxes and gives me more cargo space and room for a tank if I want. That's pretty effing cool. And 2 more pilot controlled guns.
Launch complete.
Now, albeit it's 6 size 3s and not two 3s and 2 4s, but that's still good. That's very comparable, right? Landing gear up.
Landing module retracted.
Landing gear retracted.
Oh, she likes atmosphere, doesn't she? Wow. Yeah, that feels really good in atmosphere. Nav mode?
Transferring power to engines. On.
All right. Well, let's see what we can do. Ah, Christ. Picking bounties isn't good. You know what? Maybe we do a Merc mission. Oh, will it zoom all the way through them? I thought I did that yesterday. Apparently I did not. Cool, I'll remember that because Lord knows we need something to bypass all the player bounties now. I'll be surprised if we don't see that as a surprise release somewhere. But who would release it? right? Anvil, Aegis, Argo, I guess. I just would think that another manufacturer would grab the platform and modify it and release it. But yeah, Wicklow has 2 of them in there, and if you read the Wicklow missions after you do a turn-in, it looks like there's one where you can get one of those. I don't know the specifics. I just I know that after you do the first turn-in, there's one. Somebody said it's the Banu word for weapon or something like that. So they're thinking it's that. I don't know if it is, though. If they do that, they need to make it so the jetpacks have functionality in space like EVA. So I want to see what I'd like to see is something like attack pull up and like 6 geos with combat suits like jump off that shit after like the ramp on a big ship has been penetrated, and just have the like geos go in there and like clear out everybody there. That would be pretty cool. I mean, of course you can use them on the ground too, but bleh. Right? I know for something like protection of the mining operation in the Hathor holes, that they would be pretty cool to have on ground. Like inside where they're not targetable by ships, but where they can mow down anybody that comes inside on foot. Be pretty neat. Oh, I don't have my I don't have the good stuff on. Give me a sec. Oh, that's good to hear. That is awesome to hear. All right, we're set. Wait, did we get a... Did I not read my contract? Did we get a... Well, maybe he'll be flying around it. Where are you now?
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Oh shit, Aberdeen clouds. SCM mode.
Affirmative. Shields online.
So I'm worried that Rudy here might be on the ground and not a pilot because of the way it's marking him, but I don't know that for sure. So I just trying to test out combat on the Saber, for Christ's sake. Hmm. Wow, she handles good in atmosphere. Those are just the NPCs up at the PAF, right? I can go kill them. Not that they pose much of a threat because they're prospectors and shit. Tearsoil, how's it going, bud? What you up to today? Oh, actually, these could be anybody, couldn't they? Going good, bud. Going good. I'm just testing out the Saber. I haven't really flown a Saber in combat. I've rented it before at like IAE and stuff, and just like briefly used it to get around or something, just to check it out. But they are very fun to fly. Oh, that's the one guy that can actually fight. Chief Fairy, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a few days, buddy. How have you been? Busy, busy. I understand. Everyone around here finally is not sick. What is going on? Get over here. Everyone around here is finally not sick anymore. I dropped off the oldest boy. He was taking a class trip. So his first flight without the parents and stuff. He's super excited about it. Man, this is a fun ship to fly. I think I love the way the weapons are arranged in such a tight-knit group. This is what, 4 size 3? Is that right, Panthers? Speedy little guy. All right, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of shooting prospectors down, anyway. I kind of feel like we should go kill that guy. Yeah, the stuff that Sabrina and I and the kids had, it turned out to be COVID. I don't know if you were, if the last time you were here you had caught that. But we are all through that. Sabrina picked up a little pneumonia from it though, but she visited the doctor today and he seems good that we made our way through it. She ended up having to get some antibiotics there. Landing gear down.
The landing gear is down and locked.
That was looking so good until I caught the tree.
Engines offline.
All right, Rudy, we're coming for you. I think I have a gun. We got a gun. Oh shit. That's a bad place to be stuck. Where are you? Oh! There they're coming out of the woodwork.
Go on.
I forgot what the button was. It's 3 now.
Hide all you want. It's better than. Thought you wanted this fight.
Oh, there he is. What you doing, buddy? Anybody else? Hello? Hello?
Wonder you're still alive.
We'll take his pink gun. Why not? Oh, and that was our bounty? Seriously? Shit, I heard somebody. Oh, I see you. Shocking. Ow! My bad. Where? Where are you? Maybe he offed a grenade before? I don't know. Did it? Well, that's good to hear. Well, as long as we're here, we might as well get a card.
Seriously? What the?
Keycard ready. Emergency access granted.
All right. Oh man, that sucks. But cool that it's mostly working. Shit. That is a player, I'm guessing. Can we make it to the canopy? Sure we can.
Engines online. Launch complete. Contact.
Yep. Saber gets my stamp of approval for sure.
Shields offline.
So where is this Polaris I have targeted that's hurting?
Contact. Quantum travel initiated. Landing gear rejected. Quantum travel complete.
Apparently I had landing gear down. All right. Well, Foxwell, let's go do a thing. Sorry, folks.
Walton with Foxwell here. Saw you nabbed the contract. Good to have your help. These low lives have been a menace, so I'm hoping you'll be able to shut them down once and for all. Head to the ambush site when you're ready. And keep it cool.
Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete.
Find a spot to hide and power down.
SCM mode.
Shields online.
That's affirmative. Shields online.
Lights on.
Lights.
Pleb, are you still there? Any particular place I need to set down? I'm assuming there?
You're all set.
Never
Settle
mind.
in and keep chilly until they arrive.
Do I need to power down? Or just chill here?
Engines offline. Weapons shields offline.
I mean, that can't hurt, right? Yeah, Terrasoil, hopefully it stays frosty as far as performance, man. And things have been really good even with when I've seen people with the
Make sure
Idris.
not bothered while we're working. Contact. Systems offline. Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
I don't see this renegade guy.
Hostiles inbound.
Okay. I see. Sorry, I am really careful around these stupid asteroids right now. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Shit. Ow. There we go.
Hell yes! Oh, that was awesome. Contract complete. Initiating your payment now.
Nice. Well, that was fun.
Thanks for grabbing this. Just spoke with the pilot and they're anxiously awaiting your arrival. Don't
Nav
let it
mode.
down.
Shields offline.
Increasing power to engines. Off.
Quantum travel initiated.
Most certainly a fun ship.
Quantum fuel at 75%.
I'm just looking. Just looking. Oh, that was the other thing about the Idris. The video I was watching this morning, Actually, I was watching Spooner. 10 ships he had in there. They were tight, but what impressed me is the Hornets in the front. They were parked side by side, too deep. So 4 Hornets side by side, right behind each other. You could have parked another 4 Hornets in there without an issue. Nice, neat, and orderly. 10 ships, you know, start bringing other things in there, squirrel them around. In the little side bays off to the side on the Idris, you could put pulses and bikes and other small ground vehicles. There's a lot more room in there than the 2 plus ground vehicle plus MPUV that it advertises. Now, maybe that'll become an issue at some point in the game when weights are taken into consideration. I don't know. But it already moves slow, so...
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, that's who you're here to protect. Make sure they stay safe.
Make sure they stay safe. Okay, I'll try.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
SCM mode.
Keep the fighters off me so I can work!
Shields online.
Quick, save that ship before it's too late. You're doing a hell of a job. Don't back down now.
Could definitely use some support about now.
Trying.
Focus. That ship is in serious trouble.
Mayday! Mayday! I'm going down!
Jesus.
Shit.
They lit him up quick, didn't they?
No! No! Ah!
Oh, come on. I was expecting better from you.
Oh, shut up.
Damn it. I'm gonna get some angry comms about this.
Contact.
Woohoo! You can always count on me. I knew that was coming, though. We made it. I'm just going to go reclaim the ships there, and we'll probably call it a stream for the day. It was kind of a short one. Again, we had to take the oldest kiddo and get him on a flight. So we started late today. I just noticed there was a bounce in my stream at some point today. It broke it up into 2 sections. That's a bummer. No big deal, though. It's more important that I was here with you guys, so the VODs get broken up. We don't care. Tomorrow should be a more fun and exciting day. We'll go out and do some more bounties and play around with some of the Aegis ships that I don't have, just for fun.
Now arriving.
See if we can't complete the gauntlet missions. And we'll go poke around a PAF or 2 and see if we can't get a hold of a Volt submachine gun to play around with. I do have some store credit, though. We might actually pick up one of those packs to go with a Vanguard and get the submachine gun that way for now. Not because I don't want to go to the PAFs, just because I got other things I might want to do. Plus, they're color matchy-matchy. Oh, and we should definitely do some Hunt the Polaris stuff. Now that it's live and there are people out doing it, is a good time to get it done. Actually, I might have already done it on the main account here. I don't. That may not have been on PTU. I think I did do that yesterday. You know what? We'll check inventory. I should have the captain's chair if that's true.
Your insurance claim has been set. Your vehicle has
Let's run to the hangar and check that out real quick. It's a goofy little reward, but I think it's kind of cool.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
And on that gauntlet, starting at like mission 5, you start earning 100 plus K a piece. So I think it was like 107, 151, 200K. I think the one I'm on right now is 200 or 300K.
Welcome to the ASOC
I wanted to take a look at the
Vehicle
Firebird
Retrieval
up close while we were here. Let's go see if we have that chair. We should have some scripts stuck away in here too already. Yeah, there we go. MG script. There it is. I guess we did do it. The salvage Polaris captain's chair. Let's stack some of the script up too. And see how much we actually have. Apparently we've been busy. 106, that's enough for 2 Wickelow's favors. Alright, let's take a look at the Firebird and pull up that captain's chair in the elevator. Well, it's a cheaper alternative. It looks a little lived in. Wait, can I not sit in it? Yeah, good enough. Oh, there we go. Well, we can pretend we're in a Polaris anyway, huh?